Welcome back to 101 East. This week, we're taking a closer look at the plight of asylum seekers in Malaysia's overcrowded immigration camps. Here's Amos Roberts with more.
This is the first time Malaysia has allowed a foreign journalist to film inside one of its detention centres.
Hi.
The men's section is meant to house up to 1,200 people, but right now more than 1,400 are squeezed inside.
As you can see now, actually they are not comfortable inside here. Not really comfortable. And they are very stressed out when they kept about more than a month. They are fight amongst them.
The food is very determined. If the dog see the food itself, the dog cannot eat. A dog see this food, they cannot eat it.
Have you seen the tray, the tray we eat? You gotta see, you know.
See this? You see this? You see this? You see this?
Each prisoner gets some rice and a couple of pieces of meat and vegetable. The stench is awful.
Hi.
Hey, man. You want to
take out this one?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Better.
I've asked if there are any prisoners here from Sri Lanka. This is Shan Mulingam. He's a Tamil and says he fled Sri Lanka last year because the army wanted to arrest him.
Have you gone to the UNHCR at all? Have you claimed asylum?
Yes, I have. I have a card. They took my card and arrested me.
He says he's been here for 6 weeks and he's waiting for the UNHCR to organise his release. And this is Prabhakaran. He's been here for a month and is also registered as a refugee. He's nervous about speaking in front of the immigration officers.
How have you found life in Malaysia as a refugee?
I can't tell you much. We lived in fear over there and we are living in fear here too. We don't know our fate. I've been here a month. Nothing is certain.
When I visited the immigration detention centre, I found several refugees there who had UNHCR cards.
I don't think so.
I did, and the UNHCR confirms this. And in fact, the immigration officials also confirmed this.
That's what the information I've been given by my personnel.
That there are no refugees being held in the detention centres. That's what you've been told.
Yes.
According to the UNHCR, the situation has improved in the last few months. It now has access to the detention centres, but it says red tape means refugees, who shouldn't be arrested in the first place, still spend too long in detention. Does it concern you if registered refugees in Malaysia are being detained and locked up?
Well, it's not for me to comment on a sovereign nation's local legal system. We detain people who come to this country unlawfully as well, while we identify them and do security checks. So it's not uncommon for countries to detain people who've come in unlawfully.
Many refugees I met said it's conditions like these that drive people to try and reach Australia.
We won't be suffering like this. Once we survive the sea, we'll live in peace. Which is why we want to go to Australia. After a while here, we all hope to go. We can't live like this here.
But the Australian and Malaysian governments want to make sure this never happens. 114 Sri Lankans were arrested at these serviced apartments in Johor Bahru. They'd been there for a month, waiting for a passage to Australia. Although 3 men in charge of the group escaped, this counts as a major success.
You would have been pleased about this news?
Well, we're certainly pleased that they're clamping down on unlawful movement through their country, and that obviously has the benefit for us that it may deter people from getting on leaky boats seeking to come to Australia.
The day after the arrests, I visited the apartments. This is one of the 17 rooms the migrants were squeezed into, 6 or 7 people to a room. One of the staff showed a local journalist and I a list of almost half the group.
Oh, these are 44 names lah.
Next to their names, we found UNHCR registration numbers. 44 refugees who weren't prepared to wait.
Because they pay so much to the middleman. I don't know who.
Chances are that if the people arrested here last month had reached Australia, they'd have been granted protection visas. Instead, they were locked up and remain as vulnerable as ever.
Cracking down on people smuggling in and of itself is not a problem. The real question is, what is the consequence of doing that? It is one thing to intercept someone in another country and to assist another country or cooperate with another country like Malaysia to do that. But what happens to that person? That's the question that hangs heavily. What then happens to that person?
I don't accept the criticism, if you like, that somehow we've got to insist on human rights standards as in other countries. I mean, we encourage people to sign up to the Refugee Convention. We encourage them to treat people properly, but equally I don't think we can be held responsible for every country's domestic policies.
At times we contemplate suicide, but we have the children. We are living for the children. We just keep going.
For
the sake of the children, we've come to live here. It's not a certain thing going by boat. If any country accepts us, we'd be happy to go.
That's all the time we have for this edition of 101 East. From all the team, thanks for watching.